Hi everyone, welcome to this PhD webinar at Estonian Business School. We are very happy to have you here, and today's topic is going to be the PhD program in management at EBS. So let's get straight to it. My name is Regina Erlenheim and I'm the Vice Rector for Research at EBS and also the head of the Doctors program. So just a little bit about EBS. We were founded in 1988 and we are the oldest and leading premier business education provider in Estonia and also one of the oldest ones in the Baltic states. We are fairly small, only about 1,100 students, but we are very international. So about 39-40 countries are represented here. What makes us even more unique is that we also have a high school at the EBS building. So we are building our competencies, our young people from the very beginning. We have a very diverse international presence with about 30% of people from abroad. The alumni network is really growing and over 6,000 alumni we already have from different parts of the university and also the high school. So a little bit about the PhD program. So it's a very unique program in Estonia because it's the only one in management. It lasts 4 years as it's very normal in Estonia. Altogether, it will provide 240 ECTS over the 4 years. There are 3 ways of becoming a PhD student. So the first one is the Junior Research Fellow, which means that you will be employed by EBS and you will be spending your time doing research and being part of research activities and teaching and different activities that EBS caters for. We also offer visiting PhD student positions. So if you're already doing a PhD program somewhere else, then this is something we can discuss with you. And lastly, you can become an individual PhD student. So usually every year we take 3 people onto the Junior Research Fellow positions to be employed by EBS and rest. So especially if you're an individual PhD student, the fee for the studies is 600 euros per month. So what is the PhD in management at EBS? Firstly, it's a very unique program in that sense that we offer both the applied and experimental track and also the classical academic research track. So you can choose between these 2 options, whereas for the classical track we are emphasizing on traditional scholarly inquiry, and you will be working with different theories, concepts to find the solution for your research question, to a research problem. While as if you're interested in applying to the experimental track, then you're focusing more on real-world cases and practical solutions. So I would say that these are actually 2 fairly different ways of going about things, but at the same time, the end goal is the same, to get a PhD. So what are the topics that we are focused on at EBS? We have formed research groups in the last years to really reflect on what competencies we have at EBS. So you can see under number 2, the research slide. There's the management and organization, marketing, finance, digitalization and data, but also green and sustainability topics, amongst other topics. So it's really about what you're interested in, what you want to focus on your studies, in your research, and find the best solution that really caters to your wishes. if we are very concrete and getting straight to the point. So when's the admissions deadline? For non-EU students, it's already approaching really quickly. It's May the 1st. And for EU students and local students who are already here, who don't need a visa, for these students, it's August the 1st. So a little bit more time to prepare your research proposal. So how do you actually get your proposal in? You can do it through DreamApply. And there are a number of documents that we are looking to get from you. So firstly, we want to see that you have a master's degree or equivalent, that you have passed the English proficiency test. All the details are on DreamApply as well. But also a letter of motivation. So why do you want to do a PhD? Why do you want to do it at EBS? What is your goal? What is this that drives you? And of course, the letter of recommendation. There should be at least one of them. And the most important thing is actually the research proposal. So this is the document that shows what do you want to research, how do you want to do it, and really showcase the admissions committee that you know the background of this problem you're focused on. This will be one of the key topics that will help you guide your work and guide your development throughout the years. I think one of the perks that is worth mentioning is the Estonian Doctoral School. And this is actually a project together with the other Estonian universities for the purpose of promoting doctoral studies. And it's co-funded by the EU. But in the end, or what's the main goal of it, is to really network and support self-development of the doctoral students who are in Estonian universities. This doctoral school that spans over universities gives you access to international and interdisciplinary contacts through different writing retreats, summer schools, conferences. So this is a project that runs for now until the 29th year. So we are very excited to be part of it. So I've been very quick. I'm just looking at the time right now. So I want to actually introduce one of our PhD students, Meru Bahak, who's a second-year student on the applied experimental track. So hi, Meruba.
Hello.
I'm very happy to have you here. So please, tell us about yourself and your experience as a PhD student.
So I am Mehruba. I'm from Bangladesh, and if anybody is wondering why I'm wearing my sunglasses, it's because I just got laser eye surgery, so it's protecting my eyes from the spotlights here, so I guess it's all right for you guys. I am in my second year right now, and it just went so fast. Cannot believe where I started and where I am at the moment, and how much I have learned in the past 2 years. So basically, I came to Estonia like 6 years ago, and at first I did a master's in design and technology future. So my background was design, and I wanted to do a PhD where I can actually test out something. And this opportunity was something that I didn't find in any other universities in Estonia. So I tried to send my research proposal, but it was very hard to find a university which would allow me to kind of experiment my idea. So when I saw this advertisement from Estonian Business School that they have an applied track, I kind of contacted EBS, and then I had a session one-on-one to understand how the program is like. And then I thought that, okay, maybe this is the right program for me. So then I went through the process and I applied for it, and I'm here now. So, so yeah, and My topic was also like, it's about the advertising industry and focusing on the beauty advertising industry. So I myself is a very compassionate person. So I kind of like care about people who have appearance related issues. And I know that beauty advertisements show very standardized models which kind of affect how people feel about themselves. So, so I would like to say that my topic is related on body image, and body image is like how we look and feel about ourselves. So, so basically, the idea is to understand like what actually affects and how people are affected when they see these standardized advertisements. And then I want to see what has been done before, and later I want to come up with an intervention plan, which I want to test it out. So this was my idea for the research. So my first year was like a lot of fun. Maybe we will get there later. But the first year was basically trying to understand what has been done. So this is what my paper is focused on, my first paper. And for my second year, I'm moving on with with this topic, and I'm kind of like trying to focus more on children. Because that is the most under-researched area so far, because most of the research is done on women who are 18 and above. But this body image disturbances kind of starts at a much earlier age. So I want to focus my research on the children. So this is what I'm doing right now.
Wonderful. So, but maybe tell us a bit more about your experience in the program and at EBS.
Yeah, so it was, for me, it was pretty easy to kind of follow the program and what is expected from us, because it was all very clear from the system, the topics that we have to study, which are compulsory and which are not compulsory, or some electives that we can take from other universities. So EBS kind of gave me a lot of flexibility. So I took some of the courses like the qualitative research, which is like one of my core research methods. But then as there were electives, I kind of chose summer schools from other countries. So I kind of went there and I met totally different type of people, and I learned pitching, and then I learned how to write introductions, and I also gained credits from there for my electives. So I kind of didn't feel confined, but rather like I had this flexibility to move around and see what other European students are doing in the other places. And also I would say that in the beginning, the philosophy classes were like, okay, it was like a lot for me, but every courses had educators who were like had their own philosophies. So it was kind of like a good experience to understand how the views kind of changes. So over the year, I also realized that, okay, I can also have my own view. Like there is no right or wrong. I just need like a strong reason for having that belief or my approach to research. So I would say that I had a lot of support and throughout the courses, and it was easy to follow as well. And I think the best part about the program is that no matter what assignments I'm doing, it's always related to my research. So I'm not like really taking out time to do research on something else, but rather like really focused on my research. So with every courses, my topic is just developing and becoming stronger. And I'm also like understanding that what I want out of it. So I would say like, yeah, something around that. Yeah.
I'm super happy to hear that, that this has been a good experience for you. But maybe let's take a step back. So I mentioned that one of the criteria for getting admitted is presenting a good proposal. So this can be a fairly complicated thing, very complicated task to actually write your ideas concisely, make them clear, make sure that people actually understand what you're talking about and where the research gap is. So if you had to, if you had to do it again, what would you say, or what would you recommend how to do it efficiently?
Yeah. So like before I was like a student here, of course I had no training on research proposals or something like that. It always looked very daunting task, like okay, this number of words, this section. So it kind of like, I would say that the requirement of research proposal might look like a setback for students who are willing to apply, but I would say like don't think like that at all. These are just like guidelines for you to get started. It's not like restricting you with anything. It can be longer, it can be shorter. You don't have to be like so rigid about it because it's just admission process. The idea of the research proposal is just to understand what you want to research about, right? So I would say that it's important first to really know the topic very well, like the background, the literature review, like do a thorough literature review on the whole thing, because when you are doing a literature review, I think you will understand yourself what is like not there yet, what is the gap and everything. And I think it's important to spend a lot of time on the literature review first, and then you address the gap, and then you find the questions, and then you write your method, like how you want to do it, what techniques are you going to use. Of course, you're not a research student yet, you're not out in the field, you're not supposed to know it, but then still you must have some idea on how would you like to get started, because in the interview process, they will ask you like, why did you choose qualitative methods? So you must have the reason why you would use that method to go forward, and what will be your limitation and everything. And for me, I kind of had the background of like that historically people really care about how you look like. So appearance does matter, like nobody can say otherwise. And then I kind of tried to show that there is research and evidence that people are having physical and mental problems because of this. And then I also showed that there are models and other countries who have started to kind of reduce this ads where very thin models are used. So as this is already starting, I would like to intervene here, like bringing my research here to kind of change the policy for advertising. So it kind of comes if you're very passionate about the topic, I would say. And I'm sure anybody who wants to do a PhD already knows a lot. So I would say that you should be confident that you already know a lot. So you need to find that thing that is not there that you want to do as a researcher and present it. And I think there shouldn't be any confusion in your research proposal. It's pretty straightforward, like the background, what you want to do and how you want to do it. And then comes the presentation, like the interview, where you are asked all these questions. So that's another section. For that, maybe I have something more to say as well. But for the proposal, I would say that keep it very simple. Don't worry about the word limits, and I think the reference and everything, it should be there, but you don't have to give all the time thinking about the reference, because students usually do that. They kind of like think about like, I don't know how the paper will be assessed or something, but the idea is just to introduce your topic to the committee, basically.
And be convincing.
Yeah.
Yeah. Exactly. You mentioned the interview part, so
yeah, the interview part. The interview part, like I think it's very important that you practice the presentation time, because going over time can be like it will probably, the committee will not pay attention anymore, then you're not remembered. So it's important that you're remembered. So you start with something like a problem which is actually a problem and everybody can connect to it right away.
So a relevant problem.
Yeah, and as soon as you can start with something like that, then everybody is going to listen to you and they will pay attention to your topic. And the questions that you get afterwards, it's going to be not so hard, it's going to be easy. And if you don't have an answer, just say that you don't have an answer. Don't try to make answers up or something like that. And it's not important to know everything in the admissions interview, but it's just more important to understand that your topic is relevant, it is worth researching, and you are committed to do it. And so these are the qualities that should be there. Yeah.
I couldn't agree more. So I'm looking at it from the other side, so from the interviewer side and from the reader side. So I agree with what you're saying, and maybe to support a little those new prospective PhD students is to say that we actually have the research proposal templates available as well, which you can follow. Which will actually cover exactly the same things.
Yeah,
the relevance, the problem, methodology, and so on and so on and so on. Okay, but very good. Maybe to give an idea of the community we are trying to build here as researchers and PhD students. So, I mean, doing a PhD can be a very lonesome experience. You're sitting in your own topic, in your own space, trying to figure out your own questions. So what would you say, what would you recommend the new prospective PhD students to be prepared for?
I think it does sound like I'm like in my own topic, but for myself, I kind of like felt that it's my own topic, so I have like my freedom to explore within my own topic. But at the same time, I was always mixing with other people with different topics who were very passionate about their area. So I think it's important that you kind of like keep talking about your research with teachers, with students, in the conferences or in summer school. Keep yourself active. Then when you see others are equally passionate, or somebody is probably publishing a paper, somebody is writing a book, so it kind of keeps you motivated. I never kind of felt that I'm in a shell alone or something like that. And also, I'm sure that there are like podcasts as well in your topics, and then there are some I'm sure like there are some people who are basically like the role model of that topic. Like, for example, I follow Marika Tigerman and then Sarah Gronan. So they're like always writing some books or some publications or something like that. So when I see that my topic is actually moving, I also feel that I'm moving with the topic. I don't feel that I'm like not being able to do anything or something like that. So I would say that to keep yourself active and engaged, and also like it's not about the research. I think there are other qualities that you can develop within yourself, like your writing skills, your pitching skills, then your presentation skills, your poster presentation skills. And there's always something going on at EBS, which is great. I mean, I never have like maybe like 2 weeks of nothing in EBS. That never happened. There's always something to learn. There are other people coming to present their research, and also there are seminars and motivation seminars. So I think I would say that the new students should kind of like keep themselves busy with all these things, because it is also about your personal development as well. So yeah, and soon you'll see that you really like doing what you're doing. Yeah.
So doing things that you like doing. What are you doing in a situation where you're stuck, where you need some help?
I think the first person I go to is my supervisor. Like I tell her that this is where I'm stuck. I'm not getting a response from my editor. This is the journal where I wrote the format, but now I have to write in another format. So there are situations like this where I'm getting stuck, but I kind of go to my supervisor right away, and the supervisor is the person to go to. And she's like, my supervisor is Rina, and she tries her best to solve everything like right away. So yeah, I would say that. But other than that, I don't think I have been in a situation where the supervisor couldn't help me or something like that. It didn't happen to me yet. But you do get stuck. You don't understand. Like for example, you wrote an abstract and you really need to go through a conference, so you kind of have to check this through. So I think your supervisor is the other person who is always going to be close to you, and I think it is your responsibility to kind of like communicate with the supervisor yourself at your pace, how you want it from them, like how much help you want from them. So yeah.
I agree. I mean, I remember from my own time when I was a PhD student, really having this support from your supervisor, and having someone to bounce off ideas, spar even sometimes, I mean, even fight regarding which way to take or which other way to take and what not to do, then I think it's really valuable. And I mean, there's always the question whether it's a good match with the supervisor. So this is what we are aiming for, to have the best topic and the supervisor and the student match.
Yeah.
So I mean,
how is it hard, or how is this role for you?
of course, I mean, and it is hard actually to find the best match, because there are always so many nuances in research topics, in what people are interested in, how they are approaching learning, how they like to acquire new information, or how they want to spend their time working. So I mean, it's not about, okay, so this is my topic and this is my supervisor and it's an instant match.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. So
like for me, I would say like Arena is from a marketing background, and my topic is marketing communication. But I'm dealing with body image, but body image is not her topic. But for me it really didn't have to be that way, because if there is anything related to body image, then I can go to Appearance Matters conferences and meet other people to kind of help me through that. But she kind of helps me to articulate everything, and we also have these sessions where we brainstorm different ideas. If we go this way, where are we gonna get stuck? Okay, this way. Okay, there is this one way to go through. So we have this kind of session to kind of like make sure that the path is always clear, and we have a roadmap, so we're following the roadmap together. So I would say that for me, it didn't really have to be a body image researcher supervisor, but rather somebody who really understands how this article based and all this thing kind of works. So yeah. For me, I guess it went well.
I think it went really well. So we have a lot of really good supervisors and strong researchers who are always willing to get new and excited PhD students enlisted. So what else? I mean, it's you're halfway through. There's still 2 more years to go. So I can see that there are no questions yet, but I wanted to actually stop for a second and go back into your background, because you said you have also studied design. So your PhD is actually very interdisciplinary. There is a lot of different components, and I mean, often people think that doing interdisciplinary research is easier. But in essence, it actually makes it more complicated, because you have to take into consideration so many more nuances, topics, fields. But on one side, we are very excited to be interdisciplinary. On the other side, it can be also more complicated. So what do you say?
There was this course where I think the whole course was about what is my discipline, you know, like really understanding what is my discipline. And we were all kind of thinking, what is our discipline? Because we see ourselves here and here. We don't really know where we are. And then we kind of came to a conclusion that we are interdisciplinary. But I would say that this is a question that really comes when you are meeting people outside EBS. Like, okay, you're doing management. How is your topic related to management?
Exactly.
Or how is your topic related to, it sounds like psychology. So you kind of like have these kind of things coming up. So I think interdisciplinary, I would say that for me, it kind of like helped me, these questions coming up all the time to me, kind of helped me to really say what I'm doing, you know, this is what I'm doing, this is my focus, these are my area, this is how I have narrowed down, because research is also about narrowing down and researching a particular thing. It's not about the whole thing, that it's like a funnel. So I think I would say that this interdisciplinary thing kind of shapes you to understand exactly which 2-3 disciplines you want to stick to, or what is related to you, and then when it comes to like your contribution, you can actually show that how this can actually contribute to many other factors. So I would say that like I wasn't really thinking like that, but this thinking has shaped my mind or something like that. So
yeah, while we are in the social sciences field, we do welcome students with a different background as well, because in the end, what we want to see is that the topic is relevant.
I understand why you do that from that point of view, like bringing in designers and other people in the field.
Yeah, exactly. So bringing in different competencies and putting it into the management framework, in a sense, it's not easy. But it's worthwhile, in my opinion. There was also one question that we received some while back regarding the exact same thing. So someone was interested in joining from more IT-related field with some managerial experience. So we do encourage to apply for that as well. So if you have any questions in the meanwhile, then I do encourage you to write them down into the chat wherever you're listening or watching this webinar. So maybe while we wait, maybe some final recommendations or the ways how to prepare for yourself
to apply.
Yeah,
I think what I did when I was like very nervous about the interview process or something like that, I think I watched some videos of research proposal presentations. So I saw some really good videos on YouTube where everything was very concise, this, and that. So those videos really kind of helped me to prepare myself and be very, very solid about my idea. So I would like recommend following people who are already in this field to kind of learn from them that how you present your research proposal, because that is the important factor to kind of introduce yourself. So I would say that. Yeah.
Absolutely. And also, where do those people speak or talk? What are the platforms? What are the conferences or journals where they usually gather? So I think that's also really, really relevant to actually understand the background of this field. So, no questions. So I'll just put this email address here. So if there are any questions, then please do not hesitate to email us. But maybe just final comments before we wrap up. So it is a 4-year program. So you will be given the opportunity to take courses, to do research, and get to know interesting people from your research field and from the accompanying fields. We are very welcoming. Well, we are really happy to have your proposals, and if you have any questions, then do let us know. 1 second. There might be something. Also, if you have any questions about what courses to take, so visit ebs.ee, and under the doctoral program and research at EBS, you will find the research groups that we have. You will find the Estonian Doctoral School information together with the overview of the PhD program. So a detailed overview of the classical track and what courses are listed under there, together with the detailed overview of the applied track and what is listed under there. And
we have a question.
So how to contact potential supervisors in advance? That's a good question. So one way is to go under the contacts at our website, and we have divided up based on competencies and fields of research these people who are working whether under marketing or working with labor market and education related topics, green economy, business ethics, and so on. So you will find under the contact list all of these relevant names. If I don't have a specific topic yet, but just narrow sphere, how to proceed. So, two things. Maybe start reading what are the discussions in that sphere of interest. What really resonates with you? Because really think about the fact that you will be spending a lot of time with that topic, and it should be something that speaks to you in a sense. You will get frustrated with it, and you will get bored with it, and you will want to toss it aside at some point. So it has to be something that you're passionate about and want to come back to.
And if you're already saying that you don't have a specific topic, but you have a narrow sphere, then you have already narrowed it down. So I'm sure in your narrow sphere, there must be some problem that you can solve as a researcher. So I think it's important to kind of like look into your sphere, look into the problems at the moment which are relevant and which needs to be addressed. These can be a part of your research proposal, and that's how you proceed.
Exactly. And these could also be problems not just existing at the moment, but what problems could come in the future.
And also I think question number 1, where it says how to contact potential supervisor, of course you can contact from the website that you mentioned. But I think in my case, I didn't have to contact my supervisor before applying. It was a decision made later on that who is more suitable to me. So if you have, because as the deadline is 1st May and maybe you will not get a response from the supervisor, you do not have to wait for it. You can apply for it, and a supervisor who likes your topic in the interview session will become your supervisor. So it is not something to think about at the moment.
And of course, if you are aiming the August 1st deadline, then do contact them. Yeah. So there's a next question about distance learning. So how our studies are organized is that we offer session studies over 4 weeks during the one academic year. So 1 week in October, 1 week in November, and then again in spring, 1 week in March and 1 week in April. While there have been students that have taken some courses online or stayed abroad, we do encourage coming here as much as possible in order to really become part of the community and get to know each other and learn from each other, because we do organize events that are on spot as well.
Yeah, in the same week, so you don't miss out.
Yeah, exactly. And because we don't have, most of the courses are not on a rolling basis now, so not every week. So I think the session-based approach really supports the idea of being here. I hope that answered your question. So, should I schedule a meeting to brainstorm and discuss a specific topic? Absolutely. You can contact directly me. If you have already found someone from the website who could potentially be your potential supervisor, you can also try them. But definitely reach out to me, and I will be very happy to help you, however I can. Do we have any more questions? Yeah.
I also feel that it's a great idea to kind of brainstorm it, because because sometimes like people who are not from a research background, it's hard to understand what is actually a topic. So if you're willing to help them, then you should definitely take this opportunity and brainstorm. Yeah.
Absolutely. Yeah. Thank you very much for the questions, and I'm really hopeful that you you got something useful out of it. So we are closing soon. We're coming to a close soon. So if there are no more questions, then I really want to thank you for attending today's session or today's webinar. If you have any questions, email doctoral@dbs.ee, or you can also email me directly. So I'll be available for you. So thank you, Meruba.
Thank you for having me. It was really fun to reflect my time here with you as well.
Thank you so much. and good luck, and good luck, and good luck, and good luck. So I'm looking forward to all of your proposals. Thank you.